Welcome to today's discussion on one of the most urgent environmental issues facing our planet, deforestation. Our forests are often called the lungs of the earth, producing oxygen, absorbing carbon dioxide, and regulating our planet's delicate ecosystems. Yet every year, millions of hectares of these vital resources are lost to deforestation, leaving devastating consequences for wildlife, local communities, and the global climate. Today, we are going to dive deep in this critical topic to understand the causes and far reaching impacts of deforestation, as well as the solutions and actions we can take to address this crisis. We are honored to have incredible guest joining us for this conversation. Ms. Fatin, a community leader from a region heavily affected by deforestation. Together, we'll unpack the complexities of deforestation and explore how science, community involvement, and activism can bring about meaningful change. Thank you for being here and for sharing your expertise. Let's begin.
Understanding deforestation is the first thing that we would dive into. Ms. Fatin, could you start by explaining what deforestation is and why it's such a critical issue?
Of course, deforestation is the large-scale clearing of forests for purposes like agriculture, logging, or urban development. Forests play a crucial role in regulating the climate, supporting biodiversity, and maintaining the water cycle. When they are destroyed, it disrupts all the system, accelerating climate change and species extinction.
Thank you, Ms. Fatin. Your experience, how does deforestation impact local communities?
For me, the forests are our lifeline. They provide food, water, and even traditional medicines. But deforestation has left many communities struggling with poor soil, less rainfall, and even displacement. People are losing their homes and their way of life.
Ms. Fatin, could you talk about the broader environmental impacts of deforestation?
Certainly, one of the most alarming effects is the loss of biodiversity. Forests are home to 80% of terrestrial species, and deforestation destroys their habitats. It is also a major contributor to carbon emissions. When trees are cut down or burned, the carbon stored in them is released, intensifying global warming.
Ms. Fatin, how does deforestation affect the water cycle?
Well, that's a great question. Forests are essential for maintaining the water cycle. Trees release moisture into the air through transpiration, which contributes to rainfall. When forests disappear, so does that moisture, leading to droughts and reduced water availability downstream.
Ms. Fatin, have you seen these impacts firsthand in your community?
Yes, absolutely. Streams that once flowed year-round are now dry during the summer, and the soil has become so degraded that farming is almost impossible.
Now let's shift to solutions and efforts. Ms. Fatin, what efforts are being made to combat deforestation?
There are many initiatives. Deforestation projects are restoring degraded lands, and sustainable farming practices like agroforestry are reducing the need to clear more land. It is also important to support products certified as sustainable like FSC certified wood.
And Ms. Fatin, what role does science play in addressing deforestation?
Science helps us understand the impacts of deforestation and develop innovative solutions. For example, satellite monitoring can track illegal logging in real time, and research into carbon sequestration can quantify the benefits of forest preservation.
And Ms. Fatin, how can local communities contribute to conservation efforts?
When we are included in decision making, we can protect the forest better. Community-led conservation projects have been very successful. We know the land and its needs, so empowering us is key.
Before we wrap up, I'd like a call to action. I'd like to hear from you. What's one action everyone watching can take to help address deforestation?
First of all, everyone can support policies that protect forests and combat climate change. Next is that we choose products that are sustainably sourced and support eco-friendly businesses. And last but not least is to get involved, whether through donations, volunteering, or spreading awareness, because every action really counts.
As we conclude, let's take a moment to reflect on the urgency of the issue. The forests that are once seemed endless are now under threat like never before. From the Amazon to Southeast Asia, deforestation is erasing not only trees but also the habitats, livelihoods, and climate stability that rely on them. Yet, amidst these challenges, there's hope. As we have heard today, solutions exist, from reforestation and sustainable practices to empowering communities and leveraging innovative technologies. Each one of us has a role to play, whether it's supporting policies that prioritize conservation, choosing sustainably sourced products, volunteering for local reforestation projects, or simply spreading awareness. Our collective efforts can make a difference. To our viewers, the fight against deforestation isn't just a battle for the environment, it's a fight for the survival of our planet, our future, and our shared home. Let's act now before it's too late. Thank you to our panelists for your invaluable insights, and thank you to everyone who's watching for caring enough to learn. Together we can protect our forests and ensure a healthier, more sustainable world for generations to come. See you next time.